it was just an authentic, genuine, pure time for us to be growing up in a space of poverty. Honestly, I didn't even really realize that we was living in poverty because
our
the
parents hit
love
it
was
for
so
real.
real. Yeah, our parents hit it. They took care of us so well. It was such a community within the projects. Like you would think that it was like a suburb, a
You're right.
suburban community.
You're
But
right.
it was genuinely the projects. But I ain't never looked at it like that. Like these were some of the best times of my life growing up.
Talking about, listen, this right here, it take me way back. We were little kids.
Just being out here, like growing up out here. Like this is where my mama brought me at after she had me.
Yeah, facts. Solid. Oh, I know. I remember.
Up until I got
right
old
here.
enough to meet y'all.
Yeah, facts.
And everybody, and Fred Wessel.
I can tell you this. I remember when this was a whole brick right here.
Yeah, it was a whole brick wall.
You remember the cut growing up as a child, playing?
This is where it started from. But when I was little, I definitely walked through the puddle.
Facts.
Muddy waters. That's what they call it. Growing up in the projects, growing up in a project community though. Like we wasn't just the projects, it was a project community for us. Like growing up out here, like we had different outlets for us as kids, and it was just an authentic, genuine, pure time for us to be growing up in a space of poverty. Honestly, I didn't even really realize that we was living in poverty because the love was so real. Yeah, our parents hit it. It was so authentic. Like we knew everybody. That's how I knew you. That's how I met you. Because my mama was cool with your mama, and I was spending the night to your house. Y'all was spending the night at our house. You get to your friend's house and you'll never want to go home type shit. And y'all a group of boys. I was a girl, but I was safe over there. It was just a different time.
Yeah, it was a whole different time.
It was a different time. I was safe.
Shatik was a little bit older than us.
Yeah.
So it was like, he taught us how to ride a bike, fight. You remember all
yes,
that? Like,
yes.
like, them been the good days,
Hell
you feel
yeah.
me? Like, them been the good days.
Hell yeah.
Come hoop, I just do whatever, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Come out on the scooter, on the bike. I done crashed my head to the brick wall trying to ride the bike for real, so.
What I eat with our Sunday's best on, like, it was a genuine time. It was a genuinely fun time. Like camouflage.
Facts.
Like, he lived out here. Like, and it's not just like, we didn't casually see him in passing. Like, no.
Yeah, facts.
We had a relationship with him,
He
even
was
as
out here.
kids. He always came through.
Coming to the summer jams.
Coming to birthday parties, summer jams, giving everybody money.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember.
Miss Tammy,
Come on.
living over there, like right here behind us. Every house in this whole complex, like I could have went to.
Facts.
Like, and let's not forget Miss Adrienne and having a center.
Come on now.
Like, we had a center. We had outlets, even in the projects.
You remember Janae?
Yes, I remember
Janae.
Miss Adrienne was Janae's grandma. That was my older sister. That was Quanta's best friend. Quanta MC. That was her best friend growing up.
Long Janae for real. Like, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, and Miss Adrienne really did give us an outlet. Miss Adrienne and Miss Evie.
Facts.
They did give us an outlet as kids to like be able to come to the center and do our homework, summer camp, all of that.
We had fun. The boys club.
The boys club.
Frank Callan Boys and Girls Club on Charleston
Walking
Street.
across the street to go to East Broad. I went to East Broad.
Facts.
East Broad was right there across the street. That was my favorite school I ever went to. Everything that I go through makes me better. So being in the projects and like people seeing me and not knowing that I come from the projects, I think that's a great thing. Because I don't want people to look at me and see that I came from the hood. I want them to feel me and see me and hear me and know that I relate to them. You ain't got to look at me and see that I came from the hood, because I don't want you to look at me and see that. I want you to look at me and say, dang, she came from the projects?
You got kids that they don't got no daddy in their life. You know what I mean? So
I would say that all the hard experiences that you go through, don't let it make you hard. Because at the end of the day, we was born woman. So don't always like look at your situation and think, oh, I'm in this situation, I'm gonna be stuck here for life. No, you're gonna take this situation and you're gonna make yourself better. You're gonna learn from it, you're gonna grow from it. Because it does build strength, it does build integrity. I got the strength from being from the projects.
Yeah, I agree. Because Mika, guess what? You grew up tough. You ain't grow up a little crybaby.
Yeah.
For real.
So it's like, yeah, I love where I came from. But I'm just not a product of where I came from. Like, you ain't gonna look at me and say she came from the hood because...
Yeah, the trenches.
Or the trenches, because you ain't gotta look at me and see that I came from the trenches, but I could talk to you and I can give you advice and I can love on the next woman because where I came from. But it's also like, I didn't stay there. And I wanna encourage women not to stay in that space.
You
don't have to stay somewhere that don't build you up, that don't make you strong, that don't love you, that don't take care of you. I love being an advocate for the women from the trenches because I am from the trenches, but I also want a woman to know that she's worthy in every aspect of life. Like, it don't matter where you at. You could have 10 kids. You're still a woman. You still deserving of the utmost respect and love and care.
You remember like moving from here though? Like you remember moving? How you felt and all?
I remember moving from here and I remember feeling like
sad.
The end
of the world,
like it was the end of the world. Like how you gonna take me away from my community? Like this, I'm not used to this, even though it was just probably 5 minutes up the block. It was just like a comfort. It was a comfort for me. It was a family for me being in the projects. Like it was just like, it was love there. When I left, it felt like I was disconnecting from me, who I was, because this is who I am. I am from the trenches. I am a woman from the trenches, but I'm an evolved woman from the trenches. Like I didn't stay there, and nobody has to stay there. But the process is always like important, because if I didn't go through what I went through, then I wouldn't be able to relate to a lot of women. I wouldn't even be able to help a lot of women and encourage a lot of women, because they would look at me and be like, "Oh, you just a pretty girl. You don't know. You ain't never been through nothing." Nah, I actually been through something. Like I know I look like this today, but I actually done been through some shit. So when I really communicate with people and hold conversations with them, it be mind blowing for them. They like, y'all done experienced not having y'all lights on for 3 months? Yes. And still had to go to school and still was popular, still was fresh, like, and ain't nobody knew what was going on in the projects at our house. But you feel me? Like it's not about like where you came from, it's about where you're going.
Where you're going, for sure.